Tinubu is under serious pressure as I'm speaking with you, because Donald Trump and the Congress have finally invited Tinubu over Biafra freedom, over Biafra recognition. At the same time, telling him that if he can't stop the continuous killing of Christian Nigeria, they might be forced to act this time around. And Tinubu now is in serious panic. What is your take?
You know that very clearly that Donald Trump has come under serious attack by former U.S. diplomats, mayors, and of course opinion molders in America, questioning whether Trump is in his right mind to have made that kind of statement he made about Nigeria recently, where there were so much fear that the lobbyists, in one way or the other, the Nigerian lobbyists, the Tinubu lobbyists within the Congress that they call DCI group, might have find a way to get to Trump to the extent Trump was able to, make that statement that actually angered a lot of people within the United States of America who are still insisting that the options remaining is the Ralimo option, and that option is total breakup of Nigeria. And let me give you an instance of what Mike Arnold actually said, that that Trump should not continue to make that kind of statement over the reality on ground, and that even that very day that Trump actually made that statement, thousands of Christians were still being murdered in Nigeria. Then how come? So the fear that Tinubu is trying all means, using top DCI agencies, trying to see how they can manipulate the opinion. Even though after the Congress have taken decision on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and have mandated the Secretary of State Marco Rubio to champion the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. Of course, we know why the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has to be freed now. There's no two ways about it. But on top of that, the news just broke that after series of complaints from Americans, all over, agencies, top agencies around the world. Most of them are from Israel, Brazil, Italy, Austria. What is Trump actually trying to tell the whole world now? Is there any kind of compromise, that is trying to open a diplomatic channel between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Donald Trump? And then all of a sudden, we are hearing that maybe Donald Trump has actually regained his consciousness, or I don't know what happened. And we are seeing that he has invited Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Washington D.C. to discuss the issue around Nigerian breakup, and that the options they gave before. Remember, there was a Ralimo report. That report has not been treated. That report has been officially submitted. Now that the issue of Middle East,
even the option of Nurubadu disarming these bandits after where Bianca and Nurubadu met with Ralimo and the likes.
Yes, I can tell you,
this moment, nothing has been done.
Yes, and the option of shaving, doing away with the Sokoto Caliphate, Sharia and other. None of these options has actually been made. So that was what angered a lot of people who are, on watching, observing development around Nigeria. And all of a sudden, Donald Trump said, just want to sound like Tinubu again. There's no corruption in Nigeria. This is a statement Tinubu made in Brazil that warranted Sowore to call him a criminal. So you see that angle now. Bola Ahmed Tinubu last visited United States of America in 2023 during United Nations General Assembly summit or meeting or conference in New York. That was how he managed to sneak in, and there, when he went there, we know a lot of things that happened. But now, Trump wants to put everything on the card. Nigeria should go and prepare for breakup, and that's what he said. And there's no two ways about it. And before I can take that kind of decision now, this man must appear before the United States Congress, and we have to tell him pop and plain that we have a very limited time to go back and put this country on the right perception to attract the global, meet the global standard of national peace and stability. Failure to do that, you are not going to blame any international community, any nation, anywhere in the world for intervening on the issue of total breakup, and there's nothing anybody can do. And that's the clear message. Donald Trump inviting Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not generally centered on, trade and commerce this time around. This is the time for real business, And remember that.
Let's not forget that Trump also invited Buhari back then when they met. As regards this continuous buying of Christian, and it's still happening now. Do you not think Donald Trump is fed up finally as regards?
I think to an extent, you should not forget the sacrifices, during his second time coming, where a lot of Biafran were also murdered, in Anambra and almost all the south and eastern Nigeria, who are celebrating or protesting or rallying for his second coming, that he would definitely do something, and he tweeted, he made a lot of commitment in that regard, and I believe that Trump should not forget those sacrifices, and a lot of people died in Nigeria, especially Christians died in Nigeria, because they felt otherwise that if Donald Trump actually emerges for the second time, there's a hope somewhere that they are going to have a Christian nation called Biafra. But let us see what will happen. It looks as he has finally passed the mantle to the Israeli government, Benjamin Netanyahu, to do the needful. But let us watch and see what is developing around that event. Yes, he told Buhari too the same story about the killings of Christians in Nigeria. And remember, before now, there have been complaints within the within the Washington, DC, on developments around how Nigeria has been able to manage issues pertaining to killings, genocide, and all that. But this time around, there were options. This time around, he mandated an more to go and carry out a certain investigation, and finally came up with the report. The report are not there, and they have been officially submitted. He has not taken decision on that. But I believe he's just making the tourist. But I can tell you, there's a dangerous man there that is married to Donald Trump daughter. Bolus might be the reason why Trump is trying to see how he can change a narrative, because we are hearing that the same man, this very man, this Bolus we are talking about, have a larger company, a major company here in Nigeria, and seem to be very close to business partner to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for years, and whom they are using, because the daughter of this, Bolus is married to, Trump's daughter. His son Michael is married to Tiffany, who happens to be, and this man is a Lebanese, and that's the suspicion, that the in-law thing is playing out. And that is why at every point in time, Donald Trump is making a kind of statement, that is not, familiar with who we know him to be. And that is where everybody is just annoyed, and let us see what is going to play out as Tinubu actually prepares to go and visit Trump in Washington, and what is going to happen. But remember, there was an overwhelming vote support on the country of a particular concern now against Nigeria by the congressmen. And I can tell you that, that's another factor. And already they have mandated, because there were violations of human rights against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same Congress have noted that. So, every now and then, you see the Biafran symbol, agitation, keep on sinking deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, into the consciousness of the U.S. government, officials, diplomats, and of course, the Congress. And they are the opinion molders that will shape the decision of the president anytime from now. So I pray that he listened to the likes of Ted Cruz, he listened to the likes of Mike Arnold, and be able to understand clearly, because it is an issue, even though we know very clearly that they were able to discover thousands of tons of weapons in Nigeria here, that we are being laid. That one is enough to tell you that.
Said by the US assistant.
Yes, that one
for the first time since 2011, after the Al-Qaeda and Chavez, that they've never recovered any level of in a full aircraft armed, food with full aircraft, arms. He said they've never. Do you not think that? And at the same time, do you not think that one reason why Donald Trump might finally break Nigeria is because the Tinubu government, they said they massively, you know, invested in Trump not coming back financially, even with the certain.
I'm telling you that the in-law factor is already molding, changing the consciousness of Donald Trump from his recent statement. If you must take that, serious, but that was a statement also. Anyway, Trump is being seen as a very complex entity. You understand? He might decide to go the other way when you think he's going the other way at the end of the day. But there's a shift of attention in the Biafran struggle now. That's what I'm telling you. There's no two ways about that. Nobody can change that direction. So if the US can be able to discover, a plane filled with different types of ammunition, you know what it means? Boeing 747 to be filled and hidden somewhere in the north and was discovered by the that one is enough to tell you, that Nigeria has been mapped out, for a total conquest. Just like how they were able to invade other countries and turn them to what they are, to Islam, the way it is today, massacre everybody, and the world actually looks the other side. You can see how weak the United Nations has become. So the presence of the invitation is the last invitation, the last visit of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the United States of America, and the terms and conditions are going to be put on the table. So he has to choose one, either to fix it and return. See, I can tell you that even ordinary state police cannot work in Nigeria. I can tell you that they are just wasting their time running from the real truth, running from the real agenda, running from the way forward. These are the things they rejected under Ojukwu. They say when Ojukwu brought this idea of state police, total decentralization of the security structure of this country, they jettisoned it. Now they are coming back gradually through the back door. So it must be rejected. And when they're able to put all this in down there on the table for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to choose, and you either choose this way, or choose this way within a space of time, and I tell you that Nigeria will not be able to escape. Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot escape it. If Trump fails, God will not fail.
But Pastor Debo is saying that Tinubu has done his part. Tinubu cannot wear khaki and go to the war front. Instead, Donald Trump, be careful of what you are saying. Now, Tinubu is doing very well. He has ordered the army. He's left for the military to do their own part. But people are saying when Jonathan was there,
15. Yes, let me tell you what Redeemed Pastor. Well, I don't want to say anything about that, but I can tell you that Pastor Adeboye is making a very, a statement that would describe as, as bias. That statement is actually, bias. Yes, I think he's afraid to see Bola Ahmed Tinubu on military uniform. He doesn't know how Bola Ahmed Tinubu will look when he wears military uniform. We saw Jonathan, we are put up a military uniform and went to Bronu. We saw also at a certain point, other leaders or presidents in Nigeria were able to wear military uniform to show solidarity. Look at Benjamin Netanyahu, to show solidarity, to show support for the people who are battling something they actually created. They are the one that created the insecurity. They are the one that are killing Nigerian soldiers too. So, but let us see how Tinubu will look like if he wears Nigerian military camouflage and step into Brunu to meet the Nigerian armed forces there in the forest. But that is not the way. Nobody is saying that Tinubu should be able to carry arms. Tinubu is not that sophisticated and he cannot even shoot gun. I agree, but the president can be able to drive a policy that will restore insecurity in Nigeria if he actually want to.
We've seen Overbeast talk coming and say that what he said that Trump should arm the Biafrans and at the same time, train them for them because he knows that if the Biafrans can be Islamized, that African as a whole will be conquered. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yes, and that's why I say that get Biafrans armed immediately. I know that a lot of people might not be that, but it's a very influential personality when it comes to reportage, human rights activism within the Middle East, and especially as an Israeli, a Jewish man of our Bismarck talk, has been on the struggle for the restoration of Biafra. Unknown to anybody, he is doing his own. But from the angle that that the Biafra is just like Israel in the Middle East. That's what the way he put it, and that the Biafra should not be left without thoroughly being firmly armed with all manner of sophistication. Without, outside that, then that the Islam has taken over Africa. That Biafra is the symbol of resistance of Islam not taking over Africa. And that is what he is telling the whole world now. He say recognize Biafra, recognize. That is the campaign he has been talking about. A lot of people, the thing is spreading everywhere, and you can see that the impact is very, very, very deep. Even Donald Trump himself cannot. Nobody currently now who does not talk about Biafra.
Thank you.